be doing?
Well, I've been seeing and I've been liking is anything that comes across my plate that has our rituals and runes in it. I
Uh-huh.
like. And I've seen quite a few. I've seen, quite a few, but not everybody. You're right, not everybody. So,
I
Is
mean, we've
everybody
got what?
tackling
Like,
different social media, or are you guys like assigned certain ones to do?
we're assigned certain groups.
Okay.
So, I might not see the groups because I'm not in them, but I see all the groups I'm in. So,
holy crap, you've got like a boat ton of books out. Holy shit.
yes, I do.
Well, I'm on Publisher Rocket right now, so I'm able to like see the ranks, the amount of pages in
Yeah.
it, the
Yep.
pricing and all that. And I'm like, holy
Hi, everybody.
I think that's a topic I'd love to touch on, because that's something I don't think we talk about very often on the show, is the group effort to
Yes.
push an anthology. But anyways, we should introduce ourselves. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Spilling Ink. We're the talk show that takes you behind the book to meet the authors and professionals in the publishing industry. And as promised, we've got another author to introduce you to today. Serenity, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Well, outside of the books, I'm a nurse, but in the books, paranormal reverse harem romance,
Ooh.
definitely with a horror flair. So if you like your FMCs that are either damaged or pretty much have balls bigger than the guys in the harem, I'm a girl for you.
Now, you sent us some images. Let's see which one we got here. We've got...
That's Nikita. She is this is a spin-off of the Dark Angel Chronicles that I recently just finished. I have the omnibus sitting right over here in my pile. So I've got the omnibus. So that is the Dark Angel Chronicles, the omnibus. It's all 4 books: Discovered, Innate, Balance, and Destroyer.
Nice.
Thana,
Wait,
who's the FMC in that one.
Oh.
She Thana, who's the FMC that you see on that little advertisement of mine. She is almost a perfect blend of dark Nephilim and light Nephilim. She's about as close to angelic as you're going to get, but she has like gray wings, which is not normal because they either have black or they have white. That's it. So for some reason, she ended up with gray, probably about the same color as my pods, to show everybody about this color. So she was shunned. So when she got her designation, because she had both properties of light and dark, she not only got Raphael, which, the Archangel Raphael, on the light side to watch her do the healing and everything in the hospital. She also got Azrael on the dark side for the fallen, to watch all the things that pertain to death and everything that she does with death. So she's definitely damaged. She's the damaged FMC I decided to write because, I mean, after dealing with everything with COVID, I was kind of damaged myself. So it was very cathartic. Definitely very cathartic to write her to, I guess in my own sense, heal and regain my own sense of self after pretty much being locked into COVID wings for the better half of 2 years, watching way too much darkness. We'll put it as darkness during that time. And going into my first series that pretty much launched me into writing, the Aurora Merlip series, that was another bad time. I was that's the new co-write coming up.
Yep.
That's the new one that's also up right now. That's where FMC has no clue that shifters are real.
Ooh.
She hears that there's rumors. That is Elemental Mates. That one's dropping next month.
Actually, a lot.
It's probably going to drop in September. 134,000 words, almost 800 pages of content.
Nice.
In one book.
and you have Salem Rising coming in, Rituals and Runes.
Yes, Salem Rising's kind of interesting. Which from an alternate Salem. It's not like it's past Salem, it's an alternate Salem. A non-technology based Salem that has warlocks and shifters and everything else is where she was born. But to save her, they pulled her out of there and used a portal and brought her into like technology-based Salem, like our Salem,
Ooh.
to keep her safe away from the High Mage that was trying to steal her for her power.
Does she still keep her power in the other reality?
She actually gains her power in the other reality. Like in the old, when she goes back through the portal, back where she belongs, that's when her power blossoms.
Okay.
And like in our version of Salem here, like she'll, like little weird things start happening closer to her birthday that would, in theory, be her ascension. So like little weird things would happen, like the witches in Salem that didn't want to stay in the alternate Salem that are in real Salem. Do you want to join the coven? Do you want to come with us? Like, and certain things in Salem like would pull her towards them. Like you'll see that in the little snippet in the beginning. I kind of leave it as a cliffhanger that she ends up in the bookstore and she's about to get pulled through the portal.
Oh, neat.
So it's that was another, I had too many glasses of wine nights. And I watched, what is it, Witcher?
Oh yes.
I love that one.
Too many glasses of wine and I was watching Witcher at the same time. So
yes.
yeah, it was an interesting combination of how that one came about. And then I saw the cover. It's basically this girl standing in the fire. Let me pull it up over here on my computer, and then I'll flip the screen so everybody can see it. Where is it? There it is.
Actually, I might be able to share it.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't send you Salem.
No, but I have it.
Oh, you do? Yeah, sure.
I have it from the let's see how much.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes, I have it.
That will do it. I think she's talking about Witcher.
Yep.
Ooh.
Rising. Yep. So.
Oh, that is cool.
I saw that and I'm like, oh boy. Now there's like 2 other books that are going to go along with that after Salem Rising is done. Her friend that you meet in the snippet that I gave to the anthology actually gets her own book, Lost Daughter of Salem.
Okay. Neat.
And then another girl from the same little grouping gets her book later, Salem's Progeny. So I mean, I've got a 3-book series planned.
Yes.
I'm kind of stuck on my wolf rut right now, and I definitely want to get Salem. It all depends on like how quickly they release the rights after it's over. When I'm going to release Salem Rising.
Right.
So let's talk about that. The idea of banding together, throwing an anthology together in order to use everybody's marketing ability to make it go further than you could do it individually. I've dabbled in it before, not too much. I know, Jane, you've done it quite a bit, and you guys are both in this set that's actively working towards making a list.
Yes, it's a list aiming set versus the other one, which was just money, whatever.
Run us through what
donation,
how that works.
Yes.
Anthologies ends up being donations half the time.
I mean, the 7 or so that I was in back in the 15, 16, and 2017, we all made USA Today on every single one of them. This one seems to be like we're
herding sheep, herding cats with a water hose.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It's rough.
Is it because of oversaturation, or is it because people aren't pulling their weight like typical group projects?
Option B, I would say, is the accurate, at least what I feel, because I'm not seeing. Like, I mean, I'm in a lot of those groups. Like, I purposely joined all the groups on that list.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, my Facebook group list is probably numbering almost 4,000 groups.
Okay.
That I bounce in and out of. Well, when you're doing promotion, you've got certain things for certain types of books that you're going. Like, when you got your paranormal, you want to mostly focus in the paranormal groups. If you've got shifters, which ones, like the paranormal shifter ones that are more over here. If you're just
Vampire,
writing
yeah.
your standard male female. There's groups that are more geared to that. The ones more geared towards reverse harem. So you really have to have a large enough selection that you're not dropping into the same group 20 times in the matter of 2 weeks. But there's also the whole trying to find that right time, trying to find how to do your blurb and make it so that people actually want to read it, because that is the mother of all tricks, is trying to get that to like just be perfect. Because I mean, every once in a while I'll hit the nail on the head and be like, oh, look, I jumped like 20 pre-orders. This is awesome. 2 days later, it's like, okay, I moved one.
Yep.
What did I do different?
Right.
What did I do different between like A and B? And the sad thing is nothing. It's just timing. It's
Timing
who was on at that time.
Yep.
It was whatever mood that person was in at that moment. Specifically that whole at that moment thing. It's just
it's rough.
You either hit it or you don't. Like with the Angel book, I caught it just as the popularity of the Angels was just starting to go down, and I managed to get all 4 books out while it was still. I have no idea how I did it. I'm still trying to figure that one out for the life of me, but I've managed to pull it off. It was a miracle. Oh, look, there's Cass. That's my co-author for New Moon Rising. She popped up. Sorry, I got excited for a minute.
That's okay. That's all right.
Oh, look, it's Cass.
So I've got a question.
AKA Muppet, but that's okay.
When you're doing these group posts, are these groups that you actively participate in? Like, do you go in and you make sure you like a bunch of other posts, you comment, that kind of stuff, or do you
I try to do it? I try to do that, but the big thing is, though, a lot of the times these pimp groups are, for lack of a better term, dead. You can sit there and drop your blurb in, you can drop your photo in, you can try to go through and say, hey, look, I recognize these 3 or 4 people. And I'll click on their stuff. Like, I'm not on Facebook a lot lately, mainly because work's been driving me completely bonkers. Trying to get that book to Elemental Mates to the editor. It actually just went out to her. She tends to do pen and paper. So I had to print out 410 pages.
Oh my God.
8.5 by 11. And I put it into like 1-inch binders and shipped it out to her. So she should be getting it Monday. But you know what? Like, you watch somebody do it on pen and paper, like, you learn from it. You could physically see the change and how it makes more sense. I don't know why on the computer screen it doesn't make sense to me, but on paper it looks like it makes more sense to me for whatever godforsaken reason. I have no idea. I'm just happy she likes it that way, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a learning moment. But as for the groups, I mean, there's only a select few that are very active, and it's mostly like the reverse harem groups. I think you guys know which ones I'm talking about, but they're, I don't want to say elitist, but they have their favorites.
Okay.
They have their favorites.
In every group, though.
They won't sit there and deny you posting, but say you put your post in at 10 o'clock in the morning and you know it's been over 24 hours since your last post. You might not see your post come up till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but meanwhile you've seen like 18 or 20 other posts of the favorites go up before you, and you're sitting there like, sometime today, ladies, sometime today, watching the watch, checking the time.
So how much time is spent on these group promotions, and is that the only marketing that you're doing, or is there extra assignments that you guys are trying to do to really get the word out?
I think we're doing graphics also. The two of us are doing graphics. I held off on doing, like, myself personally, I held off doing the big banners for the groups, because every time I try to ask to see who's still active,
who's still in the group,
I don't get an answer. So I'm like, why am I going to spend hours doing the graphics? I think I've got how many is there, like 20 or 30
There's
covers?
30 books or
Right,
29
there's
books.
30,
Yeah.
but I know that we've had at least 5 or 6 drop.
Yes.
But
we
I
do.
don't know who. So why am I gonna kill myself making graphics when I keep asking who dropped?
Right. They removed them from the file folder. So I've kept up with it because I need to know who in my, because I download everything.
Well, that's
and
what
we'll
I've
do it that
got. I've
way.
got
Yeah.
all the covers on my computer behind, like, well, that's technically behind you guys.
Yes.
I put it on my big screen, and
Yeah.
I've got all these covers, and I don't know who's actually active. And when I do message to try to find out, because between work, taking care of my father,
Yeah.
and trying to actually keep up with my part of my career that's actually making me money,
Mhm.
you know, I don't have time to be sitting here going, okay, I've got this one. Is this one over here? Yep. Nope. That one's there. Okay, good. No, I don't have time for that craziness.
Right. Exactly.
I just need a simple answer. Who's left? Who's, like, just tell me who left.
Right. Exactly. Who are the ones that left? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know what the buy-ins are.
But
I was going to say, is there a buy-in, like a fail-safe to, you know, put
There's-
some money
There's
to
an
your
amount.
position?
I don't know if we're allowed to mention the amount, but I'll just say there's an amount
Mhm.
that everybody contributes. So I don't remember if it was in the NDA or not. I don't remember, but whatever.
Mhm.
So there's an amount everybody contributes.
Yep.
We'll say $1. We'll say $1. It's not realistic, but we'll say $1. So you got $30 to
Yep.
use for advertising.
Mhm.
Now, if you leave, your dollar still stays in the box.
Yes.
So I'm waiting to see what they do with the $30 for the advertising, because I haven't seen anything on Facebook. I haven't seen anything come up on Amazon, because I'm constantly looking for books to read in my downtime just to kind of clear my head. But I'm waiting to see what's going on with the $30. Let's see, a list runs by.
I would assume they would be high, because in order to make a list, you have to really hit the advertising hard.
Right.
So yeah, and that's your fail safe to make sure that the person signing up is going to go the distance, because if they're putting up that much money,
right,
you know, they should want to do their part.
There's you know, tasks that everybody has. You know, we have the graphics, you know, and you have the posting, and you have a certain day, and you have a certain number of groups you post in. For me, that takes me about half an hour on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
So I do it all at once.
Like, I actually pay one of my PAs to do it for me, just because
I don't have a PA.
If I get called into work, I'm not going to remember. When I get home half the time, I'm exhausted.
Right.
If you knew how much caffeine I'm running on right now, you'd be like, how is your heart still in your chest?
Like me.
So it's a lot of work, and everybody has to contribute. And for a while, Serenity is right. We didn't see a lot of things going.
Now, is that just during like the ramp up phase, like when everyone's writing their stories?
Well, we're coming up on October when it releases.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, we've got what, the rest of
August,
July, August, September,
mark, right?
October release. So we got like 3 months.
Maybe, yeah.
Give or take.
It's October 4th. So it's
okay. So then less than 3 months.
Yeah.
We've got the book dropping.
Yep.
I'm kind of concerned.
Yep.
I'm praying for a very slow week.
Yep.
Because if there's not that many releases on our release date, we have a decent shot at it.
Right.
But there's also like that final push where all the marketing could just kick in at like that last week to saturate the market, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, hey, this looks interesting, let's do it.
Right.
But then I'm also seeing an oversaturation of a lot of anthologies. There's a lot of, whether they're listed or not, a lot of them happening right now. And I'm like, oh boy.
Right.
Now let me ask this, because I mean, making the list, that's awesome if you can do that. But is there a lot of buy through from just being in anthologies? Like somebody happens to read the story in the anthology and now you've got a new fan?
I've seen some of that with Belle, which is another fractured fairy tale that came out in June. I've seen some picking up the others.
Okay.
And this is, Jasmine, which is another fractured fairy tale. So I have 8 of them, including those 2. So six others that they can go find. And then the last one that I'm going to be hopefully doing in October as well. So I'm trying to frame it that it's all coming at the same time. And then when this is released to us, then I'll do a full 10 books.
Yes, the pretty.
Well, I look at it this way. You know how we could do the free or the 99-cent books through Amazon?
Yeah.
I'm just going to use round numbers to kind of explain where I'm going with this. Like, say that you have 1,000 books picked up through the free or the 99 cents.
Right.
You've got to figure that out of those 1,000 books that you may get about 20%, to possibly 30% on the high side. That's going to go on to books 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
Out of that 20 to 30%, you maybe will have half go and read your books outside of that series.
Yep.
So it's like kind of what's cost effective. Yes, you're giving away a free book. 1,000 were picked up. You may see read through into the other ones. Like I watch it. Like if I do a first book free because I'm dropping book 4. Because like I'll do that periodically. I'll do book 1 free, book 2 at 99 cents, and leave the last 2 at full price.
Right.
But I won't do it at the same time. So like I'll do free this week, wait a week and a half, do book 2 at 99 cents, and then usually after the 3rd week is when book 4 will drop.
Okay.
So that way they get that kind of, okay, look, this one's pretty cool. I love the series. This is great. Oh, this one's not at full price. Let me grab it. And hopefully by book 2, they're hooked. They go to book 3 and then so on and so forth. Because then they'll get the release alert for book number 4.
Right.
Does that always work? No.
No.
Of course.
Do you have some buy through with it? Yes. But not as much as what you initially put out.
Right.
So like you might get 1,000 free books out. Unless you definitely at least 1,000 free books out because everybody loves free.
Yeah.
When you go to the 99 cents, you might have half of that, maybe 500.
Yep, half.
Approximately half.
Okay.
And then from that half, figure 20 to 30% of that half.
Yep.
Might continue on. And then half of that half might go into the other books.
So the list is definitely primary, and then the read through is secondary.
More than likely. But the odds are, because you're only, what was it, 10,000 words, 15,000 words we were supposed to max out at? I can't remember.
I thought it was 20.
That's a short. Yeah, that's just short story.
It was 20 at 20. I think mine was 20.
Those are so hard for me to do.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Like I know it was like a piddly amount considering what I normally do. Like I have a couple of short stories at like 50,000.
Yeah.
My short stories are 50,000, and then it's like my other books are 70 plus.
Yeah.
For the rest of them. Except for the Angel series. Those I actually did them as my version of a short story, about 55 to 60,000 a piece, and put them all together into that big book that I showed you before, because that was like the whole end goal with it, was just to do the big omnibus and add in a bonus scene in there somewhere, because I actually joined 2 universes together in that book to kind of be like, hey, go back over here.
That's good for additional sales too, if you've got those linking connections between your different series.
But you also have to remember at the end of the book, you need to not only link to the book going forward, that leapfrogs off of it into like your spin-off universe, but you also need to say, hey, these characters mentioned here will be found back here.
Right.
In the previous series. Sometimes I forget that.
Yeah, back matter's important. You got to tell people where to go.
I forget that.
Yes.
And then,
All right,
good.
So I'm interested in how the marketing dynamic works, because I see the benefit. Like the team effort can really do a lot.
Mhm.
And I'm sure everybody has their special niche that they're really good with. Some people with TikTok, some people with Instagram.
Mhm.
How does that get assigned? And is there anybody checking up, or is it just honor system?
It's first come, first serve on tasks.
Okay.
So you have a list and you go through it, and anything that hasn't been taken, or any day that hasn't been taken for whatever, or any group that hasn't been taken, you take.
Is there a marketing person that's organizes the whole thing so that
Yes.
okay.
Yes. And there are taskmasters. It's just that they have been
sleeping.
Well, they've been sidetracked by other sets.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that out the other day myself, and that did not make me very happy. So I'm like, all right, what are we?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
This set is much better on group posts than the other one that came out in June. I think I was the only one posting for like 4 months.
Wow.
Yes. But that was not a list naming one. But still, it was like, hello.
See, I don't get that. I mean, if you're signing up to do this joint effort, especially if you're putting money down on it,
right?
Like, why
wouldn't you put your all into it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like I'm very, very, tightwad, cheapskate. Every dollar counts. So if I'm spending it, I better get my money's worth.
Yes. And I'm trying to do things that that are a little outside the box as well, and I'm starting to see more activity. So in our group, but.
Do you have a TikToker, since that seems to be like the biggest thing lately?
I'm still trying to figure it out for myself. I mean,
know.
don't even put me on that task.
We have
it's not happening.
JC McKenzie does our TikTok stuff, and she does a great job.
That is a job. I mean, seriously, in order to maintain a level of algorithm to be
it's
seen,
not going to work out well.
Yeah, I've tried it. And I'm like the old grandma talking into the phone. Basically, you and me both.
Sadly, I mean, if we actually polled the audience in the list run, I feel like I'm up there like one of the older ones in the group.
Oh,
I really do.
This is the silver hair.
If you knew how much hair dye is covering my silver. I mean, I literally have a silver halo that goes like this. But the funny thing is, though, I started going silver at 17.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like silver all through here.
I can see some.
Very done.
But yeah,
me and Art Fox are like really good friends. Just saying.
Yeah,
so at least somebody in the group knows how to manage those certain things.
Yes, and
it's not me.
It's tough. And I know we've been trying to push it along. It's just right now, sales as a whole
is weird.
Is
very weird.
Off anyway. I think everybody wants free. This is 99 cents for 30 books. And yes, it's 30 short stories or novellas, whatever you want to call them.
I don't even know. Well, we're not going to. Are we still at 30? I thought like with the loss that we would have been lower, but I mean, it's like 20 plus stories at least.
Well, it was 29. It was 29. And then we finally got the cover for the 30th recently. So yes, we are at 30, not 29, 30. So I was like, okay, that's good.
Yay. Nice and even.
But still, I mean, that's a lot of stories for 99 cents right now. It's like, maybe it's because the date is October and people are just like, I'll buy it then.
Yeah, but that doesn't, I mean, I look at my own pre-orders.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch.
Book 4 for the Dark Angel series. I had it out a year.
Yeah.
And I still got a good amount of pre-orders on it in a decent amount of time. And I didn't hold it out for like the year. As soon as it was done, because the way Amazon's been lately with their dates.
Pre-orders, yeah.
I'd rather put it out an entire year and then move it forward when the story's done and edit it and everything else.
Right.
And be like, surprise, you're getting it 6 months early.
Yes.
Or the surprise, it's 7 months early. Go me.
Yes.
But yeah, that's one of my good friends, Cass, who's on here somewhere watching my insanity at this point. She's like, she'll probably be like, oh my God, she's so animated today. It's the caffeine. It's literally the cat. It's the only thing keeping me awake right now.
Well, my husband got a call from his job at 5 a.m. this morning.
Oh,
yes, Red Bull. Yes,
it's here.
Okay. Yep, Red Bull. I'm just on water at this point.
We'll put it this way. I was so tired from wrangling my residents today that I 100%. How much caffeine has a Serenity had? You don't want to know, Felicia. You don't want to know. Felicia's one of my beta readers, and I told her, it's like, hey, I'm on.
Yeah, it's like that meme that 26 cups of coffee killed a man. So you're saying the limit's 25. Got it.
25 and a half.
Yes.
Not 26. We can get away 25 and a half. We might be safe.
There we go.
But yeah, it's I mean, if I wasn't having the caffeine right now, but I would have fallen asleep like hours ago. And I was starting to nod off on the couch. I'm like, oh crap. My alarm went off. I'm like, oh God, I got an hour. I gotta wake up.
Yeah.
That's me in the morning. I need a full hour to reboot when I wake up to be fully functional. I can move, I can sort of talk, but I'm not 100% human at that point. I need my morning drink and my time to just slowly reboot.
My family's pretty much learned wait till I had my first cup of coffee.
That's important.
Yeah.
It's generally safer. Like my son, when he was little, he's 18 now, but when he was little, he used to walk up, grab the edge of my coffee mug, look down into it, push it back, and then sit down on the couch next to me, waiting for the coffee mug to be empty. I mean, this is a 4 and 5-year-old little kid coming over and be like,
"Oh, they learned quick.
Not safe yet. I'll be back."
That's funny.
The husband tests his ability to survive periodically.
They never learn.
Some mornings I'm like, you're not that cute. That ship has sailed.
Yes, 33
Need
years.
the coffee. Need the coffee.
All right, where were we?
List runs, delegation of tasks, book sales. For the audience that's listening or future audience, where do people find these lists, anthologies to join?
There usually is a Facebook group or, some of the major.
Or there's like a submission post that comes out.
Yes. Yeah, in certain Facebook groups, yes. And
there's several of them actually currently right now that's they're constantly putting up submissions. My current co-author and I, like, if this list run doesn't make it, she got one that she wants the two of us to co-write together in to get it done, because more of the whole feeling, it'll be easier to divide the task between the two of us instead of one of us just trying to kill ourselves to do it.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, that's a really good idea. So Cass, you're a genius. I know you're watching. Hi. I mean, it's not that I don't have faith in this one, but weird things happen. Design happens.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it as design happens. I mean,
how about just the general downturn of the market right now?
I don't even know what happened with that, but it's like, for some reason, every book 3 of mine always loses its pre-orders. I don't know what it is. The last two series I've done, book 3 has lost its pre-orders.
That's crazy.
Books 1 and 2, perfectly fine. Book 3, nope, it's a goner. Book 4 is fine. 5 is fine.
Maybe they have a
You've
deal with
angered
3.
the Amazon gods.
I mean, I'd sacrifice a version, but they're hard to find.
Yeah, no.
I've
done that a few times myself.
I'd have to get it like fresh out the womb. Like, I know this one's good.
Nope, too young.
Way too young, but it's good.
They have standards. You have to find one that's just right.
Great. Now it's the three little bears are like freaking sacrifice. Not too old, not too young. This is just right.
Well, come on now. That's how it was back in the old days. You sacrifice to the gods. You have to sacrifice the right thing or person or animal. Otherwise, you're going to anger the gods.
Chicken nuggets. We'll sacrifice chicken nuggets to the Zon.
Yes, I will do that. Chicken nuggets. Here you go.
Here.
To the Zon gods, yes.
That'd be funny. Could you imagine us having like a little altar with chicken nuggets on it? It's like, oh God, do I give them barbecue sauce or do I give them like the Asian dipping sauce? Do I give them honey mustard? Oh my God, which one do I give them?
Whatever gets sales, man. Whatever gets sales.
Just around it in a ring of different dipping sauces. One of these has to work. Cover all the bases. How sad is it we're going there with it? It's like we have to sacrifice chicken nuggets just to make sure our pre-orders don't get completely squashed.
You know, it feels like that though with even just regular book sales. Like you have to go through so many hoops, do so many things just to make everything work the way it's supposed to work, let alone get sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
now is it just me or is it lately when you try to upload a paperback that it's not wanting to upload the first time?
Like 2 times it takes, 2 to 3
yeah,
times.
like 2 to 3 times to try to get it to upload. And here's a perfect example of it. So like I did, so like you know how this cover has her and the horse and everything else.
Yes.
Now I uploaded the interior with that, and it's not there.
Ooh, okay.
Is it light?
I have called Amazon. I've called KDP. I called everybody just to try to
get a hold of someone.
No, of course not. I've sent like 9 emails and everything else trying to figure out like what happened to all the pretties that I put in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I've been formatting the same way since day one. I'm not as experienced as you, but I've been doing it since 2019, doing my own formatting and everything else. Have not had an issue.
Until this year. Yep.
Till that book. And I'm sitting, I'm like, I don't get it because the other one that I did just before it, where is it? This one. Blood Moon Pack. Now this has, where's the interior picture? If everybody's not familiar with it already, you are able to do interior photos now. Like I did a 2-page spread on the inside.
Oh, nice.
Let's go this way with it. I did a 2-page spread.
Yeah.
For the image on the inside of that book. Where's the pictures that are supposed to be in the other book?
Yeah.
Like, why did this one upload, but not that one? Makes no sense. What's Cass saying now?
They sent Bezos to space.
They sent
Bezos to space.
But they let him come back.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't get it. I don't get how that one, and even I reformatted and redid Raven. The Raven book and its interior images, which just happens to be 1 page with just the Raven on it.
Yeah.
That went.
Pretty.
Right. So that's this book. This Raven came up, but yet the other book
didn't.
No idea. Did it the exact same way.
Now, do you only go through Amazon or do you use an additional platform?
I'm strictly Amazon at the moment. My first attempt at going wide with anything is the Anthology.
Mm-hmm.
I figure possibly next year, the Aurora Mail-Up series, I'm going to pull it from Amazon.
Mm.
and I'm going to send it wide.
I mean, I do print books on Barnes and Noble too.
Yeah, that's what I just uploaded the Angel book on Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
I bought my ISBNs. I have, oh God, I think like 100 of them.
Good.
I
Yeah,
got
'cause
like 100 of them.
I didn't use
Lifetime
any
supply.
ISBNs. I am using whatever platform I'm doing at this point.
No, I
'Cause-
bought my own ISBNs for them. You know, I uploaded it onto Barnes and Noble.
yeah.
I'm going to bring the Aurora series over to Barnes and Noble to print books just to have another platform. I mean, I've got a Barnes and Noble not even 20 minutes from my house.
Right. Right.
So once I've got a couple other books available through Barnes and Noble, I'm going to go toddle my happy self up to Barnes and Noble and be like, hey, you know, here's my
Guess
business
what?
card. Here's my business card. I'm an author, blah, blah, blah. I'm local. I'm a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
Literally down the road by about 20 minutes.
Yeah. You want to stock my books, please?
Stock my books. Small. I actually want a small table.
I'll sign them. Yeah.
I'll
You
sign
just
like
say
a
that.
half dozen for you guys. I don't care. A dozen, whatever you want.
Right.
I'll do a signing event. Give me coffee.
Those are
Then
always
the
nice.
Starbucks in there. I mean, I'm set.
Yeah, I was trying to get my husband to go to the Rhode Island Comic Con with me. We were talking about it today. I said they have a table, but it's in like one of the upper concourse. So I don't know if it's, if it's whatever. And I'm like, if I get this, you have to go. And he goes, I'm not going. He goes, I'm not going unless you get a movie deal for $5 million, and then I'll go and I'll wear a Baby Shark costume and I'll sing Baby Shark. I'm like, so I need a movie deal for $5 million because I want to see my husband in a Baby Shark outfit at a
That
Comic-Con.
would be comical. You gotta get a hold of what's his name, Kevin, that did the Jay and Silent Bob movie, and be like,
Yeah.
hey, you want to see my husband make an ass out of himself? Here we go.
Oh.
Rebekah showed up at the right
I'm
time.
doing a West Virginia signing, and my sister's coming up from Florida. She's gonna be my right hand woman, do like the whole thing. My PA is gonna be there. Cass is gonna be there. A bunch of other authors that I know. We're all like kind of grouped in this one area. We asked for all of our tables to be near each other.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, yes, thank you, Felicia.
Yes.
Good solid on that one. Excellent listening skills. I love it. But yeah, so like we're all in the same area, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited about it. It's my first signing.
Cool.
So I'm supposed to go to PenCon, but that kind of went
South.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Yes.
Oh,
I mean, it was supposed to be in 2020, then it got pushed off to 2021, then it got pushed off to 2022.
Yeah.
Now it's because there's issues in the hotel, not because of COVID, like it was the first two times.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's like, all right, COVID, hotel issues, and then now it's pushed off to 2023, and I'm like, I can't. So I'm like,
Right.
I want the refund. Give me the refund, and
Right.
go from there, because I know a lot of people that bought plane tickets that are non-refundable. So it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
I got pushed off. Yes,
then it
did
got
get
pushed off a cliff.
Rebecca. It definitely did get pushed off a cliff. It's like, it's not even like Wile E. Coyote off a cliff. That's kind of funny. This is just like really sad and depressing, and it's like somebody dropped Humpty Dumpty off the cliff.
Oh.
I mean, that's just.
I've been happy that the conventions have finally started coming back. I missed them.
Yes.
Oh God, I've missed them.
Yeah.
I signed myself up for 4 of them beyond PenCon. I'm gonna be everywhere. Was it West Virginia, August 6th? Then on my birthday, February 18th, Kansas City. The Salem signing is 9/16/23. And then Stanley, Colorado, it's like this haunted hotel, is 11/11/23. So
okay.
I've got a pretty good hop, skip, and jump schedule. I need to like start racking up flyer miles, because I'm gonna be like, There's no
Yeah.
way I'm driving to Colorado from the East Coast. It's not happening.
No.
I'd lose my mind between fuel prices and just driving that long. I'd lose my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where I kind of luck
even
out on the West Coast is we have a lot within easy driving distance. So
within a couple hours,
makes
right?
the rounds a lot easier. Like
Yes.
next weekend, I don't even have to drive far. It's 20 minutes. And Combat Con. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
I would do that one.
And specifically for the writers, because I'm teaching on the writing track, we are going to be teaching you how to write in both narrative and script form. We're going to be filming, choreographing, and presenting the scenes that are written during this 4-day-long weekend workshop.
Nice.
To include some hands-on weapons training with some martial arts and weapons masters that are also doing other portions of the program. So we're going to be working with the guys that are actually teaching the fighting. We're going to be learning about the fighting skills, how you do it, the mechanics, the history, and then we're going to be creating these wonderful scenes that we're going to be able to show off at the end.
That's awesome. I did, what was it, the fighting with the kendo sticks for a number of years. That was fun. It was more stress management, the kendo sticks. Let me tell you, when those bamboo sticks, like the bamboo swords, like hit your skin and then pinch.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it hurts. It is like the worst. So then I went from that up to the Force FX lightsabers and
those are
into
fun.
like lightsaber battles. Oh, those were awesome in the middle of the night. All you see is like, oh, the color.
The convention is centered around the HEMA tournament. So there's lots of actual sword fighting of various styles going on. But there's also the Saber League too. So you have HEMA contests as well as Saber League contests going on. So it's like when you're not taking classes, you can kind of wander in and see all the fun because it's nonstop fighting the whole weekend.
That sounds epic.
Yes.
And it's right in my backyard.
That sounds epic.
Yeah, I was trying to get my husband to go to that, but we have a wedding to go to. One of our daughter's best friends is getting married. So
can't they get married another weekend? I mean, it's Combat Con.
Well, what you do is you sit there, you say, "Hi, here's your present." Oh, congratulations!
Next year, plan for it.
Yes.
Like, congratulations! I'm out of here. I'm going to war.
Perfect way to get a weekend in Vegas. During the day, you get to take all the fighting classes. At night, you get to go drink and party and enjoy the town.
I have to get him to
Sounds like a win.
Yes.
Cats get the bail money. And bring extra padding.
Yes, exactly.
For those of you who are interested and can't obviously make it this year, Combat Con is in Las Vegas at the Flamingo every year in the end of July or beginning of August. So if you look at combatcon.com, that's their website. After this one's over, they will cycle through and tell you what the next day is. So like the last day of the convention, they tell you what the next year's convention is so you can start planning.
Nice.
And it is so much fun. They have 200 and some odd hours of general choose your own adventure, pick which kind of style and weapon, whatever you want to learn how to fight with, a la carte. You know, you just go and you take different classes. They have tournaments going on. We have the intensives tracks where we're specializing certain classes for an entire weekend's worth of intense training. So much fun.
And you're making
next year.
Film.
We're going next year, Cass.
And you're making a film. The writers are writing film, with the writing intensive. They're going to write
this is a brand new program, so we're going to have all the hiccups this year.
I'll keep fighting. Cass can write. I'll fight. Cass can write.
But at the end, everybody
she's more eloquent than I am.
You have something to show for it at the end. You not only have work, but you have your own mini movie that you created.
Yeah,
nice.
That's awesome.
That and bruises.
Well, yeah. I mean, that just comes with the territory. Joe had posted on my Facebook page yesterday something about he hopes that I can make it through Friday without hitting somebody in a chair after I stole your meme.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're going to Combat Con with me, so
yeah. A movie of bruises, yes.
Yeah, it's the whole I'm gonna say I'm sorry now.
Vegas is the portal to the Fey world. Yeah, it probably
Oh
is.
wow. Yes. That's a good
Yes, it must
Yeah.
be.
Makes sense.
Either that or it's the portal directly to hell. Sin City. Opening right the gate and just march them right in.
It's
No,
the
I think
portal,
you can
but
get
then
away
you
with
take a
worse.
hard left and you end up in hell.
No, you can do
You
way
have to
worse
go
in other
right.
cities. This is just a playground.
Yes. Hmm.
Oh God. Yeah, that's an interesting way to learn the mechanics of the fighting.
It's so much fun. I've been going since about 2016, and I started just going as a vendor because I have books with girls who use swords.
Mhm.
This will sell to people who like swords. That was kind of my mentality.
Mhm.
And the first year I went and I kind of scooched away from the booth and took a few classes. I'm like, this is really fun. And it helps in your writing when you understand the mechanics. You can better describe things.
Yep.
And so the next year I signed on for the writer's track as just one of the teachers. And I've been teaching every year, just various things. And it's not like any other convention you've ever been to. It is so much more interactive and fun, and you make a lot of friends and then beat them up. I mean, it's such a great little convention.
I like that. You make a lot of friends and beat them up. Are they still friends at the end?
As you pummel them, hi, my name is.
Yeah, it's a lot of really cool people, and the interactive element I think is what makes it so special, because you can go to a convention, you can sit on panels, and you can talk to people who pass by in the vendor area, but this one really wants you to get out there and try something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I find I spend way less time sitting at my table trying to sell books than I do going, I want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, they have longsword yoga at first thing in the morning. I'm like, that sounds like my thing. I'm going to do that.
Longsword yoga.
Yes.
Yep.
How does that work?
Balance. It's all about balance. And as you're holding the sword out and you're having to balance the other half of your body, it's a workout.
I'm going to end up on my face.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You have to videotape that, Katie. You have to videotape that.
If I'm doing it, I can't video it.
Somebody has to. Tell Joe to.
Oh, shoot.
Tell Joe. I'll tell Joe.
Always see this.
Yeah, Arizona is hell. It's hotter than Vegas.
Yes.
Phoenix is always about 10 degrees hotter than we are in Vegas. That is pure hell.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, no, I don't like heat.
But it's dry heat. Sorry. Yep, exactly. It won't do this to my hair. My hair was straight.
And hell's just a sauna.
You mean this fluff that's developing?
Yeah.
Like I literally, like I got the notification that this was going on. I was like, crap, I forgot about that. I wolfed down dinner, took a shower, came in here, and I'm like, all right, now try to get this thing to work. And of course, the computer was being an idiot.
Yep.
Henceforth the phone.
Always in play.
Yeah, well, that's why we do the half hour beforehand.
I was like super frizzy because I was like, oh, whatever. I'm not gonna have time to dry it. Let it do its thing.
It's a little sticky here, and it's getting stickier as the evening goes on.
Downstairs is like cold as a meat locker. Henceforth the sweatshirt.
Yes.
Well, it's really bad. My office that I have in my house, it's like the two ducts that are in here, literally the big compressor for the AC units like on the other side of the other wall.
Okay, so you're getting the coldest air.
Blast of it here.
That's kind of nice though.
When the hot
when it makes you tired. Yeah.
Hot flashes hit. Oh yeah, I'm sitting there
So are you dual wielding with a heater under your desk to balance out the temperature?
No, I actually got one of those little I call it my mermaid tail. It's like this little zippy thing that you put your legs into, and it's got like this flat pad on the bottom that has like the heating pad on the bottom.
Ooh, okay.
So like I zip myself in, I look like a mermaid, like I got a big old mermaid's tail. And it comes up to my hips, I zip myself in, it's all nice and fuzzy, and I'm like, I just get here, it's like, put it on low, warm up a little bit. All right, too hot, open it up.
Yeah.
Cold again.
Too cold.
I feel like taco. I'm the Serenity taco. It's like, open up. Oh, nope, cold. Zip up again. Open up. Close it.
Whatever works to keep your butt in the chair and writing. You just got to do it.
Exactly.
I mean, I've got it easy. The bathroom's not even like 10 feet down the hallway. The refrigerator's across the hall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This place is smaller because, hold on, I'm going to stand up. And I'm going to go, okay, that was the living room. This is the kitchen. There's the fridge, and there's the bathroom.
But you're on the beach.
Yes, this is our summer place.
You're on the beach. All that room outside.
I see all my Funko Pops behind me.
I love your Funko.
All of them.
I love them.
It's one of those. Oh, look, I have one of those. And then, of course, Cass sends me my little. So, I'm supposed to bring him with me to the con. I was like, all right, I'll bring my little penis with me. And then for shits and giggles, I started making resin penises. Started making little resin penises. I got the ones that go on like the top of the drinks. Like I've got one right here. Not that you can see, it's not one of the brighter colors, but it goes right on the top.
Oh, that's cute.
It's a little penis that goes on the top. And I'm going to be bringing them with me to the con. So, yes, they will be there for sale at the con. Little penises.
You know, the unique items are always good,
Yes.
either just as conversation starters or to get people
I've got those, and I've got the little dino peens, which is the smaller version of this guy.
It's awesome.
Look, it even has balls. Look at him. Well, it was kind of funny because the one group I'm in, the one readers group, they did a contest, like who's your favorite author for what. So of course I got. Oops, go that way.
Hold on, let me
Dynamic
make it bigger here.
words.
Nice.
So that was yes, that's why I got the golden peen.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, that was hysterical getting that. Yeah, you should have seen the look on my husband's face when I opened up that box. I'm sitting there. Well, you see how animated I am. So I'm sitting there like I'm opening up the box. And I'm like, I got a giant dick. And he's like, seriously? I'm like, yes.
My husband's computer is ringing. There, it stopped. That's why I put you on mute. Sorry.
But yes, that was a fun day getting that one in the mail.
Uh,
He's like, why did you get that? I'm like, I'm a favorite M&M author. I like my M&M scenes. And he's like, your what scenes? I'm like, not M&Ms, babe. And he's like, you did not write that. I'm like,
yes, I did.
Yes, I did. You like the boat outside that we have, the new boat that we have? Yeah. You like that? That's yeah. Between the werewolf porn and the MM, I mean, I have all the pretty things.
Sorry.
Worthwhile.
Yeah, that's how he describes what I do besides being a nurse. He's like, yeah, she writes werewolf porn. And I sat there, I started getting mad, and I'm like, he's not wrong.
And it sells.
So with it. Well, here's the funny thing. Now, think back 2019, 2020. If you had somebody put in their book, like I did, a wolf on mate scene, you're being called sick and perverted and twisted and all this other things. You know, they're both werewolves, only the guy is shifted, the girl is not.
Right.
When they kind of come together.
Okay.
So back then it was controversial. Now everybody's looking for it. And I'm like, dude, I pioneered this crap back in 2019. You all thought I was crazy and sick and twisted. Hi. This
What
is me.
happens when we get locked up for 2 years?
Yes.
We're like, fuck it. I'm going to read this shit and I'm going to love it and I'll be proud of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he chases her through the woods. There's your primal hunt.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, apparently I was a pervert and twisted way back then. So that being controversial was a good thing.
Mhm.
Hey, but when it pays the bills.
I somehow ended up in the erotica dungeon for a while. You know how
Okay.
hard it is to get out of that.
Yes.
It's like virtually impossible. You need like a Hail Mary and like a gallon of dynamite to get yourself out of it.
Mhm.
It took me updating and changing the covers,
Okay.
going through, wiping all the keywords out,
And then starting
wiping
over.
all the original, like we pick our categories and things like that.
Yeah.
Wiping all that out, putting in stupid stuff for about 3 days,
Yeah.
wiping it all out again, putting in the correct stuff to get myself out of the erotica dungeon.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
It was
That
way
is-
too much work. It was like a month's worth of work just to dig myself out of the erotica dungeon. I'm like, there's not enough sex in this first book to even classify. There's enough
Right.
heads being decapitated and spines being ripped out, hearts being ripped out, people getting killed left and right. I think the total between the 5 books in the Aurora series, there's around 500 people that died.
Oh wow. Okay.
That is okay. Just no sex.
Yeah.
Well, there was sex, but later on in the book. But it's
Yeah.
not enough to classify for the erotica dungeon. I'm sitting there like,
Right.
it's not like I'm doing a porn like reel from start to finish.
True.
There's not even
True.
sex every other chapter. It's like every few chapters because it was more heavily plot based in the first few books. And then it's like, oh, look, there's a penis. I like doing my world building because I mean, there's some people out there that don't believe in world building at all. And then you're like, well, where are they? What are they doing?
I
What
know.
kind of room are they in? Are they even in a room?
Yeah,
Oh, look,
exactly.
there's a dick.
We're
Yeah.
just floating in a void. That's all.
Yep.
Wait,
Exactly.
there's just a penis dancing through.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Speaking of that,
Another
of that.
penis dancing through. Awesome. Where is it?
remind us what stories are coming out next for you since we've hit the hour. God, that was a fast hour.
That was a very fast hour.
Yes.
And then-
Okay, so in order, we've got Elemental Mates, Nikita,
Is that
Claimed by
that
the
one?
Alpha Pack. There you go.
Yeah.
Claimed by the Alpha Pack, I think, is New Moon Rising is also coming up. I think I sent Alpha Pack to you guys. Oh, there's that one's already out. So there's Dark Angel. There's
There it
Alpha
There.
Pack.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I'm like working on currently, like the most, because that's the one that's talking to me.
Yep.
The whole idea of the FMC not being the initial badass is like killing me right now.
Yes.
Totally killing me.
God, that cover is gorgeous. Oh,
Thank
Yes, it
you.
love it.
I actually won that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
The cover designer had a contest way back when. I forget exactly when they did it. Trying to find the book that has the name of the designer so that way I can actually give credit where credit is due. She did a contest, and then the person that originally won it, I guess their story or whatever changed, and they couldn't use it. And it was going to end up being just tossed off to the side somewhere.
Oh,
That would be
wow.
a shame for a cover like that.
And then she's
Yeah.
like, well, I know Serenity wanted it. She was like really upset. I can't find the name of the artist. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
She's like, I know Serenity wanted it. So then the artist reached out to me. And it's someone I've never had the chance to work with before, because every time I've tried to set an appointment with her, she was booked like 10 million years out.
Mhm.
And it was like $10 billion to get a cover from her. So I'm like, oh, 10 million years, $10 billion. I mean, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I've got the cover. The author that originally won it doesn't, can't use it. Do you want it? And I'm like,
Yes.
are my eyes gray? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. It's got wolves. I will take it. Perfect. And she's like, do you need any changes? I'm like, nope, just slap my name on it and here's the title. We're good.
Yep.
And she's like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, I loved it how it was. Here's my title. Here's my name.
Yep.
My little accolade to go with it. We're good.
Make it so. Make it so.
Make it pretty. Make it happen.
Yep.
Make it sparkly.
Now, when is that one coming out?
Claimed by the Alpha Pack. I'm hoping sooner than later. I'm still in the middle of writing it. Definitely before the end of the year.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I've got it booked out until like next year. I think it's set for May of next year for release, but it's definitely going to be out before the end of the year this year.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
You know, the editor should have it in her mailbox Monday. Doing paper and pen, old school edits. I love those. I should have that out in September. That's gonna be like, hey, look, here it is.
Yay!
And then in October is your anthology.
Yes, is the anthology of October.
Yep.
So I'm like September, October, I'll have a release. I'm hoping for Claimed to be November, and then hopefully Nikita's either gonna be end of December, beginning of January-ish. Don't quote me on that because that's like a third of the way done. But she's talking to me at the moment, so I'm like going with what's actually flowing. So I keep at least 3 or 4 stories on the burner. So it's like I'm bouncing between right now the claimed by the Alpha Pack, New Moon Rising with Cass, and then bouncing over to Nikita when something sparks. So I tend to juggle at least 3 projects at once.
Yeah. And October is this.
Yes.
Rituals and Runes with Salem. Your book, Salem. Cool. Yep.
My Salem in it. You've got your Jasmine.
Yep. Exactly.
I love the Jasmine cover. That came out beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Cora Graphics does a wonderful job.
I love her covers.
For us.
All right, guys. Well, we have gone over actually 7 minutes, so we don't want to keep you. And Jane, I'm sure you want to get off to your husband.
Yeah, they're playing dice out back, and they have big dice.
So everyone out there, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching. We will not be back next week, but we will come back the following week with some fun stories from weddings and conventions.
Yes.
And another author to introduce you to.
And thank you for coming, Serenity.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
I absolutely love this cover. Oh my goodness.